Nosferatu is in theaters, and it has finally been released. This has been a long time coming from the one and only writer-director Robert Eggers. Anyone familiar with the Nosferatu story knows this stems from a book about Dracula, as well as the 1922 black and white film also named Nosferatu. This movie aims to blend both of those in certain respects, and Robert Eggers executes this masterfully. This film is haunting. This film is dark, it is gothic, it is everything you could want out of a haunting epic centered around a vampire. In recent memory, vampires have become kind of a joke. Well, Robert Eggers went into this with the intent of making vampires scary again. Make vampires scary again. I like that. Let's go with that. This has a star-studded cast of Bill Skarsgård, Nicholas Hoult, Lily Rose Depp, Aaron Taylor Johnson, as well as Emma Corrin, followed up with, of course, the one and only Willem Dafoe, as well as Ralph Ineson. This cast is so well put. It's not even funny. There is not one bad performance in this movie. Straight up. To talk about the cast real quick. Nicholas Hoult is kind of the leading man, and he runs with it for them. The way it was described by Eggers on the junket trail, they talked about how there's this almost a love triangle between Nicholas Holt's character, Lily Rose Depp, his wife in the movie, as well as Bill Skarsgård's Count Orlok. And after watching this movie, you can absolutely see how that all blends together and how this does come together by the end of it all. Willem Dafoe offers one of the most zaniest performances I have seen from him in quite some time that rivals that of his Norman Osborn's Green Goblin. Very out there, very committed, to say the least. Aaron Taylor Johnson as well, putting in a hell of a performance, way better than Craven, that's for sure. And Emma Corrin, coming off of Deadpool and Wolverine fame, offers something unique as well. And Bill Skarsgård is absolutely unrecognizable as Count Orlok in this film. Just, again, an absolute master class casting going on here with this movie. And Ralph Ineson also just gives an excellent performance as, I forget the doctor's name, but he plays a pretty pivotal supporting role in this movie as well. The imagery and the cinematography in this movie is so well executed, so beautiful. There are beautiful hues of white and gray, and then there are moments when everything is completely covered in shadows and black, and it almost looks black and white, just like the original 1922 film. But overall, the way this movie was shot, coupled with the score, and when the score is used and both not used, adds a level of tension, which I think is Robert Eggers' greatest strength, is creating a tension in a movie is unlike any other. The way the movie moves can feel a little stiff in certain respects. There are certain scenes that might drag a little bit, just a little bit too long. I'm not saying you could have cut out a number of minutes of the movie, but maybe shaved off a few seconds in certain sequences, I think. Like, there were certain scenes in probably the first half you could have shaved down by a few seconds. You would have been fine, because they just linger on certain things a little too long. But overall, the story flowed pretty well for the most part, outside of just certain moments that may lag a little bit. Honestly, this is without a doubt just one of the best films of the year. I'm not sure if I would call it my favorite film of the year or the best film of the year, but if someone told me that Nosferatu was their favorite and best movie of 2024, I wouldn't contend it at all. This is a well-executed masterclass, beautifully written film, and it almost didn't happen, and I'm glad it did. Robert Eggers clearly executed this with precision and sharpness, and it will go down in history as one of the darkest films ever made in a good way. And it's so telling, too, that people are seeing this movie, because I had a hard time just finding a showing with open seating. Not to say that I don't not want it to be shown, but at the same time, it's like with the way recent movies are and the way moviegoers are, more often than not, some people are on their phone, and I didn't really want to experience that while watching this movie. But every other showing I looked for close to me was full on Christmas Day. That's a good thing. That's a really good thing, especially for something like this. But overall, just an absolute spectacular watch. Go see this movie on the biggest screen possible and just enjoy this gothic tale that is reimagined for modern audiences. This is without question, maybe probably Robert Eggers' best, but I'm not quite there yet. I'm still of the mind that I think Lighthouse is probably his best one. I'm sure someone would probably say The Northman, and some others would probably say The Witch. I don't know. I'm still of the mind that I think The Lighthouse is probably the best made film he's made. But if you told me Nosferatu was the best one, I wouldn't argue with you. I guess that just speaks to Robert Eggers as a writer and director. He doesn't make bad movies. This continues that trend. Nosferatu in theaters, playing now. Go see this movie if you appreciate dark horror, cinema, tension, and Robert Eggers above all. Just absolutely epic storyteller in his own right. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Much appreciated. Take care.